Hello, this is Diana. Welcome to my channel where I discuss all things bookish. Today is another Plan With Me video from December 19th through Christmas, Sunday, December 25th. Before I get to this week, I wanted to review last week since I didn't have an opportunity to film that, and I wanted to show you how I coordinated my writing with my personal events. So I have this really great it's a new book of Happy Planner stickers, and I wanted to use just stuff from this book. So I was able to find things like checklists. Let's see. I found some word stickers. This will actually be movie night. You'll see that in a moment. Some just little words and phrases. A nice list of headers, and again some little more words, and these are really nice because they're clear so you can see right through them, which is really nice if you're working on patterned paper. And then just some other little to-do notes. So I used a lot of functional stickers in that sense. Anyway, let me show you. I'm still keeping the rows personal, writing, and social media. I find that's the best way to keep me organized at this point. So because I knew I had writing time every day, I started with the checklists. And I knew Tuesday I wouldn't have anything to do because that's the day we had scheduled to list our house. Then on the personal row, I wrote down or put stickers down for events that I knew were happening. And on this day, let me pull that up, I used this Think Happy, Be Happy sticker because I knew that was the day we were listing the house and I wanted to just kind of remember to be happy and think happy, because listing and selling your house is a really interesting, stressful, fun, crazy, wild kind of thing. So I continued down that and I put this flower pattern here. Like I said, I wanted to keep the whole day pretty happy. I left the middle open because I had the perfect sticker to put in, which is this one, in case we nailed it, yes. In case we really did list the house, because we've had several cancellations before this. So I I stickered down some events that I knew were happening. Work shifts, just some little notes, doctor appointments, laundry, and like I said, here was a busy pattern, and I used it because I will never write on this because it's too busy and it's too beautiful. And I put this little steps here to make note that I'm going to exercise as soon as the week and the house listing is done. Well, that didn't quite work because things like movie night, this did not happen. I had planned this big box here for the weekend because I knew there were going to be a lot of errands and just busy work to do. And everything except our annual start of vacation dinner at Ruth's Chris restaurant. Friday, and I used this chronologically here, was the focus there was our community service, bell ringing for the Salvation Army at Starbucks. So I was able to use one of those cute little stickers for that day. So I had a lot that I could represent everything with, and as I said, I kept the weekend pretty much chronological, but once you list a house, you have to keep it clean. I mean, spotless clean. And I didn't realize how much work there was to keep the whole house immaculate every single day, every single hour, because you never know when there's going to be a house showing. And we did list it on Tuesday, and we had a house showing on Thursday. We had one on Sunday, and we already have one coming up this upcoming Thursday on this week. So let me get to this week, and I'll show you how I'm planning everything out. So looking ahead to the Christmas week, I realize there's going to be a lot of to-dos that I need to complete this week, for this week, and then in preparation for our trip back to Philadelphia to my husband's family for the following week. So I found some older sheets from Punky Bee Designs. I've got a lot of these and I love them. So I'm going to go anti-Christmas in my color scheme, as opposed to that really dark red and the dark forest green. I found some nice pinks, and those will probably match with some darker greens, and we'll just kind of, I don't know, just fit stuff together. And like I said, I know I have a lot of checklists, so I'm going to start off with that in my to-do row and kind of see where I am after that. So be right back. So here is most of my week, almost complete. And despite the whole mishmash of adding things in and mixing different kits and stuff, it actually looks rather balanced, much more than I really expected. And there's still plenty of room to write, to plan in my planner. I used these headers from Sweet Bean Plans, as well as Paper Cuts and Pliers. And then I went ahead and with the Punky Bee Designs, it just so happens I had 3 pink heart checklists. So that's where I used right here. I had a whole bunch of green ones, so I just spaced those out here and here. And then I used some little quarter boxes. I actually had two pattern boxes that I just used up from these sheets. So, plus I added in some Happy Planner stuff, and this is working for me. So, I have right here pretty much what I need is to do, let's do this, and goals. So the nice thing is, because I have a lot of writing time currently open, I'm just leaving the middle column, middle row, just as is, and we'll see how the week goes. And so I'm going to fill out everything, and I'll be right back to show you the finished product. So here's my week laid out. There's not a whole lot that I filled in, and that's okay because I've got plenty of room to, hold your breath, plan. But I did write in the things that I know are happening. There is a house showing on Monday, so I made sure to write that in. Even though I'm out working for the day, I want to make sure that that's there and try and keep track of it just as much as I do on my phone calendar. I had some personal appointments and doctor appointments. Writing, this is my solid writing time on Mondays, so I wanted to make a note of what to write, at least to give me some direction going into it all. And Monday night, I have a little bit of social media, which is actually that row. Promoting my blog post on my other writer's website, deadwoodvoices.org. And then looking ahead to Wednesday, I'm going to be doing I've got some to-dos, I've got writing time. We'll just kind of see what all shakes out. We're anticipating a movie tonight, but we'll see. We'll see about that. But I've also listed my social media, which I have gone away with. That's the whole point of this planner in general, is to work on my writing and social media. And yes, a reminder to begin Christmas cards. Not that we're this late all the time, but with my husband traveling and the photos coming back and the newsletter still being worked on, it's just a reminder. This is the Thursday house showing, and I also made a note that I've got some returns to do. I'm subbing a work shift here, and obviously a reminder to finish the newsletter. On Friday, last Friday, I actually had a really cool experience. After work, I went to this coffee shop right next door called U1 Cafe, and I was going to go and write, but instead, it turns out I just sat around and caught up on email, on Twitter, it was just really nice, and it was totally me time. And it felt so good to be so selfish with my time, and it's a selfless act for myself. So I wanted to make a note of that because I want to remember that, hey, I had a really good time doing that last week. Let's try it again this week. And then before the Christmas holidays, it is payday, and I've seen on other videos the pay bills, the bill dues, and you write down who the bill is for and how much it is, and I guess the check mark that you've done it. But we're not that obsessive about paying the bills every due date. We do it at every paycheck and get it all done at once because, if something happens and you miss this, then you're late, and that's a whole nother issue. So I just have the sticker pay bills just to remind me that that's the day we're going to sit down and do bills. And Christmas weekend, really cute little sticker from the Happy Planner, Weekends Are for Adventures. Our family is in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, so it's just my husband and I here. And this year especially, Christmas is very mild because we've had to keep the house clean for the showings, so we don't have a Christmas tree, we don't have a lot of lights. So probably at some point we're going to see a movie. There are 2 Starbucks that we like to go to. Wrote down the opening time, and there is the only Starbucks in the area, Arborland, right here in Michigan, right outside Ann Arbor, that is open on Christmas Day. Yes, we go to a Starbucks on Christmas, and you would be surprised how crowded it is there. I mean, it is packed. But that's something for us to do. And yes, we get Christmas Frappuccinos, and we show up in a Penn State Santa cap. And we've been doing it ever since we moved here. And by the way, the little candy cane stickers, those I found from, believe it or not, my scrapbooking kit, something that I hadn't packed away. They were stickers by Sticko. They were the last of the... Oh, you can't even see that. They were the last of the pack, and it's like, well, what the heck? Why not use them? So I've still kept a Christmas theme. I've kept it from being the whole very intense red and green, and yet I still have a flair of the feeling of Christmas. Simply wrote using an ink pen. Absolutely nothing wrong with just a pen. And that's my week. So as you can tell, there's a whole lot of space for things to change and, house showings to switch up, house showings to be added, and that's my week leading up to Christmas. And somewhere right in here, I'm going to be adding a packing list because, like I said, we're going out of town. And where is it? I know I should have grabbed this earlier, but I've got these little checklists from, I got these from Staples, but they fit perfectly in here as part of the ARC system. And I used these before, and just writing a little packing to-do list so that I keep a running tab of it all so that I remember along the way, cross it off, because yes, I do want to pack before the weekend, and oh my gosh, the time to leave. So that's kept me organized the last time I took a very long trip. So, and since we're going for a whole week, that's necessary. So I hope I've given you some productive planning tips. I hope you have a very productive week and a wonderful Christmas weekend. And I will see you all next time. Happy holidays.